Hello and welcome to Youth in Sports, where every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. we feature special guests from near and far. The program is sponsored by ATI Physical Therapy, providing certified athletic trainers to more than 30 area high schools and colleges. First State Orthopedics, the team taking care of Delaware with a commitment to excellence. And Wilmington University, where Youth in Sports is produced by the College of Technology's students and faculty. And now, from the studio at President Jack Barcelona's Wilmington University, your hosts for Youth in Sports, AOSSM Mr. Sports Medicine 2012, Dr. Michael Axe, UD and St. Elizabeth's own Dr. Joseph Strait, and co-founder of Youth in Sports, Mr. Walter Laudine.
Good evening, welcome to Youth in Sports at beautiful Wilmington University. I'm Walter Laudine.
Dr. Michael Axe, and today's show is going to be about the green and white scholarship ball to fund non-athletic scholarships.
I'm Dr. Joseph Strait from First State Orthopedics, and we're going to talk about a little bit more about Wilmington University and all of the trials and I joke around and say tribulations, but all the great things here that have developed over the past 10 to 15 years.
And did you know that this is the only student-run TV program on cable that we're aware of in the Delaware Valley?
But if you read the News Journal or looked at Comcast Cable, you wouldn't know it because they don't advertise this anymore.
But at least we do have the News Journal does.
Yes, we do.
News Journal is
News
on
Journal.
the sports section, and they'll be talking about the green and white scholarship ball. This is a concept that Dr. Couples had when he was here, and before he most recently retired, as a means of earning scholarships for those individuals who can't afford it. Not the athletic scholarships. We have different events that Dr. Strait and I sponsor, the golf outing and some others. But this is a special event, and it's going to be held on October 26th. It's Saturday night. It's $100 per person, and I guarantee you get your money's worth. If you're a Wilmington University graduate, and I'm going to give you a bunch of fun facts here in a few minutes, and then have my colleagues comment on it, you should come and support your school for those people. And if you were one of those fortunate individuals who last year were the recipients of a portion of the $100,000 that were generated by this event, well, congratulations.
Well, it's an excellent event. Walter, do you attend occasionally?
No,
Have you
I can't
been?
afford it.
I think that you need to come this year.
I will. And
Okay.
if you give me the $100, I'll
You're
definitely
in.
come.
We'll get you over there.
And a limo.
And well, we don't want Walter driving on
that is
Saturday night.
planned.
After
Not
dark.
after-
No, not after dark. Not after dark.
Well, I want to ask a question.
Sure.
Both you two guys, because
Yeah.
you're expert on collegiate things. I know so many people that graduated from Wilmington University, but a lot of them graduated when it was not Wilmington University.
You mean Wilmington College?
Right.
Do you know how many, Walter, do you know how many students are currently enrolled in Wilmington University?
No, how many?
18,400, and it's the fourth fastest growing university by the Chronicle of Higher Education's annual almanac.
Oh, that's great. I know it's an impressive place.
There you go.
We've had a lot of success being here. They've been great to us. We love it. Great students.
Do you know they don't take federal and state monies?
I did not know that.
I
There
did
you
not
go.
know that
So
either.
this is the second year in a row we've held the distinction as a privately funded research university.
Wow, that's impressive.
So
Okay.
all the money is from donations and research?
No, they're running, well, it's from their monies that they've had put aside. So monies they earn on their interest.
Interest.
Okay. And then, yes, and tuition.
That's
Well,
excellent.
and
Answer me that question though. When did it go? When did it become? What's the criteria for it to become a university?
You have to have a minimum of 4 colleges.
In different.
Disciplines. So you
So
have
each
to have
college has to
business
be a
and
different
health
discipline.
sciences and different things.
Okay, but are they all in the same place? Don't they have different?
The colleges are within the university. So when Wilmington College was Wilmington College, it had business and I'm not sure what other, education,
Right.
Education.
as their
Yep.
2 disciplines.
But don't they have satellites?
Well, no, satellites don't matter.
They don't matter.
This is the academic atmosphere of the university.
Okay.
So even the satellites fall within the sphere
Right.
of the various disciplines.
Now, the satellite may have brought in a new college, in a sense,
Right.
a different discipline.
It could have brought in a different discipline, yes.
So in other words, scholastically, they have to do a certain amount. They have a criteria, and then they become a university.
You have to have colleges to become universities, and I think the minimum was 4.
Oh, okay. I did
within
not know that.
Yeah, and there's some, like University of Pennsylvania has 8 or 10.
My accountant is so cheap because he's got the Wilmington
Now, frugal is the word.
cheap.
Frugal.
He's got, well, it's good for me because he does a great job for me.
Hopefully
but
he's not watching.
He's got the diploma. So I said to him, I said, Joe, and you know Joe Maselli, great coach for Little
We've
League.
had this discussion before, and they will. If you have a Wilmington College diploma, they will give you a Wilmington University diploma
They will.
at no charge.
Well, I told him it was $100 because I wanted to pocket it. But
Right.
now,
It might be 100
if he
now.
watches this show
Maybe
and
that was
finds out,
that may have been one of those things that they did in the first year that they no longer are doing.
he's going to know that I tried to con him.
Absolutely. So that's the. So we talked about the fact that this fundraising event, the Green and White Masquerade Ball, goes to funding scholarships of our students. And last year it was $100,000, and it was all distributed.
We've done this for how many years?
At least this was
At
the
least
fourth.
the last
This is
third
the-
or fourth
this
year
is
that
the
we've
fourth
done
year.
this show, actually. And every year we say it's the best $100 you'll spend.
Yeah, they have
It's
different
one of the
venues,
best
food,
nights. It's
right?
it's a beautiful
And the vendors
facility.
themselves,
It's great.
I think 80% of them are Wilmington University associated. Hey, Walter, fun fact. What percentage of the teachers in Delaware have a Wilmington University degree? What percentage of the teachers in Delaware have a University of Wilmington degree?
I'm meeting University of Delaware graduates all the time. My accountant, my insurance guy, my
Well,
plumber.
I said teachers.
Teachers?
What percentage of teachers
I'm
have a
gonna
Wilmington
say
University degree?
25%.
Dr. Strait,
40.
did you cheat?
No.
It's 40%. 40% of all the teachers in Delaware have a Wilmington University degree.
That's outrageous.
No, that's outstanding.
Outstanding.
That's excellent. It keeps the
Outstandingly
people that
outrageous.
train here, which is excellent.
Well, they get their advanced degrees, they get their masters, they get their doctorates. And did you know that the superintendent of schools for the Red Clay School District is a
He's a
Wilmington
Wilmington
University
graduate.
Yeah.
That is, I'll tell you what, that says a lot for the university.
Sure.
I mean, as we know, Wilmington's been growing and growing and growing over the past 10 years. I mean,
18,400
more students, more
students.
facilities. We just built a new sports facility down off of Route 40, which is
And for those of you that
excellent.
missed homecoming, come. It's a great event. Hot dogs, pizza. They take care of you. Great field.
They've done a lot of these scholarship activities and events to raise money for a lot of the students here. And the Green and White Ball is one of them, as you mentioned earlier. The golf tournament they do. So they have multiple events that have raised money to get some of our
All
students
right.
to stay in the area.
All right, Walter. For what activity have we won the NCAA Division II National Championships 2 years in a row?
I know that because we had the girls and the guys on, and it's cheerleading.
Cheerleading, okay?
They're going
And
to be fighting for a third one this year.
Vice President of Student Affairs, Laverne Harmon, is so proud of that because that is her baby, okay? That is something that makes her smile, and I think the fact that she was a cheerleader in the past had something to do with that. She still has her cheerleading figure.
And
most of us wouldn't be able to do that, but she certainly does.
Give us the medical, which we did, ever since we've been on the show, we've been talking about this, which I always found to be extremely interesting.
Joe, what he's talking about per participant hour, cheerleading is
the highest.
way high in the number of injuries per participant hour.
And there's been many changes to cheerleading to try to
Oh, yeah.
reduce those
When you
over
think about
time.
cheerleading-
but-
And talk to
My
us
God.
about, let's just take a second, Dr. Strait. You have your daughter participating, Louise is participating in cheerleading. Okay, why did you choose cheerleading as the activity? And what would you like to see be safer?
Well, first thing is I didn't choose it.
I did know that, by the
My
way.
significant other and
Yeah.
better half chose her doing cheerleading.
Was she a
but
cheerleader?
She was in high
Okay,
school.
okay, there you go.
And so she's been cheerleading
Neither of
since
us were
3. So my
cheerleaders.
daughter was cheerleading at 3 years old.
That's
Has been
so cute.
cheerleading until 6.
And Brandywine Warriors, who I'd like to have on in the next couple of weeks, celebrating their 50th anniversary. They got the little
youth
cheerleader, so cute,
Football.
so cute.
But it's just the sport itself is tough. I mean, the gymnastics part of cheerleading is tough.
And what does your daughter hate the most about going to cheerleading practice?
Except for practice, the word practice. Running. Doesn't like to run, which I told her she's going to have to learn how to do that for cheerleading a little bit. But
Right.
How old's your daughter now?
6.
6, wow.
So my daughter,
Loves it.
Michelle, who's now 26 and at the University of Delaware in her master's degree in health promotions, with health communications, has shared with me when she was 6 that she wanted to be a cheerleader. And I asked her, I said, you know what that means? And she says, well, yeah, I get to, cheer. And I said, do you know who you're cheering for? She said, well, the people playing. I said, you realize you're going to be cheering for your brothers because they're the people playing. She says, I think I'll play sports.
There you go.
Which is a good decision for her.
Which is a good decision for her,
Yeah.
but she'll tell you that to be true.
Well, getting back to the cheerleading squad,
Yes.
the other thing is that the students here that are on the cheerleading squad, they're active in the cheerleading that my daughter's in. So they're active in the community, teaching,
There you go.
educating.
There you
So
go.
which is, a really big help for students like my kid.
Any activity, and we've done it on the show. We've done thespians, we've done the choirs, we've done everything, the chess club. It doesn't matter. We look for worthwhile student athletes, and by athletes, I also mean that any student that participates in an after-school curriculum, that's important, because that is a real important thing for young people today, to keep them out of trouble and into something interesting.
So my next, what programs do we offer here at Wilmington University? What level programs? The answer, undergraduate, master, and doctorate programs. And we have a special doctorate program in leadership, which is designed for those people that are out in nonprofit organizations and the like, to understand what it takes to be involved in the community and be fiscally responsible, yet be able to shave in the morning, providing their guys.
All right, so let me get this straight. You can get a doctorate
Yes,
in leadership,
in leadership.
which would qualify you for what?
Give you a better understanding of...
Forget the understanding part. What would it qualify you to
It just,
do?
You need for jobs when you
doctorate.
come out?
You are a doctorate. It's usually you have a job and you're trying to improve your position within that position.
Okay.
So you had a master's in social work and you get a doctorate in leadership. That gives you the opportunity to
run.
more understanding of the research dollars that may be available within your construct to be able to generate income for your nonprofit that you may not have known about. They actually study the ability to generate income and do those things that may be helpful to your organization.
Is this something that actually puts, let's go to like nursing?
Yes.
And you do a leadership background. Does that also add to you
Yes.
being in charge and kind of learning how the business runs about nursing and on the
That would be
hospital
very,
floors and-
very
Yes.
misleading, though. Here's Dr.
That's correct.
and she's a nurse.
Well, that happens all the time. We have tons of doctors that are nurses.
that are nurses.
We do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they have their
most of them
PhD.
PhD.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, or EEDs or
How
other.
long does it take to get a doctorate?
Well, it depends.
Depends on
There's
what you're
clinical
doing.
There's clinical doctorates, which are anywhere between 3 and 4 years that you pay for,
Okay.
and then there's PhDs, where you're doctors of research, where someone pays you, and that can take up to 7 or 8 years.
Wow.
But they pay you.
They pay you.
They pay you. You don't pay for the tuition hours. So when we had JT Laws on a previous show,
Right, last week.
well,
whatever.
previous
right.
shows, he has a doctorate in physical therapy, which is a clinical doctorate.
So you can call him doctor.
He is a doctor.
He is a doctor.
Okay.
He's earned his stripes. He just did it in 2.5 years. I mean, I don't know that it takes a whole lot of extra time. We're going to go to a break and come back. This is going to be a 2-segment show tonight. We'll be back right after this.
I will keep dancing on point, even if it hurts.
My arm is killing me. I don't know if I can pitch another ball. But I'll just play through the pain anyway.
I have to do the big stunts. To look better than the other cheerleaders, where tosses are bigger.
My elbow really aches, but I've got to keep practicing.
Don't tell them it hurts. It'll take you out of the game if you do. I have to push harder if I'm going to get a scholarship. I'm feeling dizzy, but I don't want to tell anyone.
Everyone's counting on me. I can't rest now.
Nearly 50% of all sports injuries sustained by middle and high school students are from overuse. Don't play through the pain. See your healthcare provider and follow their instructions for rest and recovery. Take the pledge. Become an advocate for sports safety. Visit stopsportsinjuries.org.
All right, we're back on Youth in Sports. We're talking about the green and white ball, which Mike really likes. He's gone to it every year.
I do.
So does Joe.
He'll be dancing.
He'll be dancing.
You better
Mike's a
get
good
there.
dancer.
He'll be dancing.
I got Mike on tape dancing at my son and daughter's
It
wedding.
wasn't a table and I had all my clothes on.
Good dancing. Good dancer. Good dancer. So tell me about the green and white ball. Why I should go.
The green and white ball is a series of, first of all, we have the Funsters, which is a wonderful live brass-heavy band that plays every song from the late 60s to today that are fun to dance with in an environment that has a good floor. Each of the rooms take on a different character, anything from New Orleans to Mexico to Italy. Serving the food of that era. Joe, you want to add?
No, I was just going to have Walt understand that it's multiple levels. So each room is set up a different way.
So it's like the naval base in Yokosuka when I was in Japan, where they had all different themed restaurants.
That's exactly what it is. It's themed restaurants. There's food, there's drinks in each room. There's live entertainment in most of the rooms.
And where is it?
It's over across the way in the administrative building.
Okay, and is it crowded?
It's the right amount.
It's the right amount of people. Yeah.
It's amazing. They transform it. They take classes Tuesday to the ball on Saturday, and it's back fully able to see students having their classes on Monday.
It's amazing. I mean,
they bring in trucks. They take the stuff down the road to Dover to store it, and then they bring it back.
There's a large ballroom where there's an auction there, so it helps with some of the raising the money for the scholarship. There's, last year I think it was, what was it, champagne? Everybody got a glass of champagne when you came in. It was very nice. It was beautiful.
Will you bring your wife, Joe?
Yes, definitely. She goes every year now.
Yep. So it's a fun time across the board. It is too well a kept secret. This year, the University of Delaware is playing away at Rhode Island, so those of you that have to cross-pollinate have no reason not to come. It's Saturday night. It goes from, I think, 7 to 12.
12.
And it's just a hoot.
Oh, that sounds like a good time.
It is a good time.
You have some facts that you have there.
Yes.
And
I've covered most of them, so let's go over the ones that I asked the university to give me the things that they were most proud of. The first thing that they thought were they're the fourth fastest growing university by the Chronicle of Higher Education annually, and we are now at 18,400 students, and the second year in a row we've held the distinction as a privately funded research university.
Well, that's a good one.
We have a proven record of academic excellence. We take pride in the use of scholarly practitioners as faculty. So what they do is they hire people like me to talk about stuff that we do. So that Joe and I would be involved in an athletic training course or a medic tech course or a nurse practitioner's course teaching musculoskeletal expertise.
Oh, that's good.
They would hire you, Walter, if you had an advanced degree, and you have to have a minimum of a master's, I believe. They would have you teaching real estate. So you would be part of a business curriculum on the block on real estate. So you would come in there and share with them your understanding of real estate.
And I am smarter than the people that give the classes.
Well,
you remember where I stood right away?
I would offer to you that would give you an opportunity to put your mouth.
But this is throughout all the disciplines.
Did you know that I taught a class at the University of Pennsylvania in harness racing?
Right.
That's exactly kind of how it is. I mean, it keeps a community. I mean, good example, your criminal justice guys that are involved with this Delaware State Police, the Newcastle, they're coming back and teaching.
I like that. I like that.
Thirdly, financial aid and assistance with finances. They do not accept state and federal funding, but they work with students to help them successfully navigate financial aid.
So in other words, if I wanted to go back to school and finish my education,
yes,
I could go into the financial aid officer and
they
would help me,
they would help me? They would look and see, do they have anything, has anybody put money aside? And there's unused scholarships every year for people that are over the age of 50 who would like a second career, or people that have retired and therefore they would just like to get their degree just to say they did. There's money maybe available for that because someone else who was like yourself didn't get it done, left the money for that program, and it can only be used by seniors for that intent. Like they want to graduate when their grandchild graduates.
There you go.
They keep the tuition amongst the lowest in the region, and it's about $300 a credit, I'm told by my...
Is that good?
That's really good. It's really good. It's not Del Tech, which is...
Now, wait a minute. If $300 a credit, does that mean for every specific one of their colleges?
Yeah. It's
Each
$300 a
credit.
credit.
So it doesn't matter
whatever
where
they-
I go.
That's
$300
that's
credit.
true at Delaware too. It isn't in.
It isn't?
No,
Okay.
it's not science-based or anything. Their mission is to give an opportunity for higher education to those who truly want it, to the level of doctorate. Many of the undergrads, graduate, and doctoral graduates are in positions of influence and authority throughout the region within top specialties such as healthcare, business, government, and prominent career paths, and I would certainly say teaching. And as I shared with you in the previous segment, if you're just turning in, 40% of all the teachers in Delaware have a degree from Wilmington University. 100% of the dollars raised from our fundraising events, like this month's Green and White Masquerade Ball, go to funding scholarships for non-athletes, and last year it earned $100,000 per year. We talked about the Division II Nationals cheerleading champions 2 years in a row, and we talked about the fact that our student population is over 18,000, number 4 growing. Wow.
How many does University of Delaware have?
22.
Yeah.
And of those 22, how many live on campus? Or
A lot.
A good majority.
50%, 60%?
Where in Wilmington U, that is not the case.
Right.
We do not have dorms, although we do arrange housing for our athletes.
Okay, okay. And that's a tough thing, because when I was in real estate, one of the things is I sold a lot of properties down at the University of Delaware and around here. And one of the things that I always thought is the parents, if they had more than one child, it's a good financial risk for them to buy a piece of property and watch their kids.
I think that now that they've gotten, having been part of the Newark community for a while, the police force is still in flux with maintaining civility in some areas, but it's getting much better.
Well, that's always the case in the college community. I mean, you know,
I got
kids,
that,
right?
but I wouldn't want to buy a
Especially when it's
property when I
lumped
know
together.
that next door something else could happen. That's one of the reasons why I didn't invest.
That's why you get a good realtor like me, which will tell you where the best place to buy is, which I have.
There you go. So what question do you have, since I'll put on the Swami hat, what questions do you have about the Wilmington University green and white ball that you haven't asked? You can think of any?
Yeah, I could think of anything. I know that Wilmington University is responsible to all their professors and people. And I do know that when there's drink available, that might be a problem after the ball at 12 o'clock. So what provisions do they make for?
They have taxi services, and they actually have students that are willing to drive people home.
That's great. That's
Yep.
great.
So that there's that. And I don't know.
I think that's important.
I don't know that they have a breathalyzer, but they have a lot of police officers at the door.
Well, you take somebody like me.
encouraging you to think twice before you decide.
No, but you take somebody like me who hasn't had a drink in
A while.
a long time.
Right.
And, you know, I'm having a good time. I'm talking to you and Joe.
And it sneaks up on you.
Yeah, it sneaks up on you, right.
That's why
And
you said it before. Get a cab.
Get a cab.
Get
right.
a limo.
Well, you're going to get me a limo, right?
That's
Limo.
That's what we're getting.
I ain't going without a limo.
No, I think that why? You got to stretch your legs because
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
so tall.
I got to stretch my leg. I got a good friend of mine that has, what do you call it? When he gets in a car, he gets nervous and everything.
Claustrophobic.
Not claustrophobic so much as he
Like
gets
some kind of anxiety, fear
no, he gets
anxiety.
what do you call it? Motion sickness.
Oh.
So he said that he got in a
I
limo.
get that. I get that one.
He got in a limo and looked all the way up, and he said he had to get out. It just drove. That was it.
Yeah, you have to look outside. That's
No, I mean he looked straight
couldn't
up in
see
the
out
limo.
through, yeah.
Yeah, and I cracked up. I thought, man, that's.
Well, one of my biggest things is, and since we're involved with the sports department, athletics department here, is how they've made such a wonderful school, but also have developed a great sports program in multiple sports, not just cheerleading.
Listen, they have the best model that I've ever seen. Walter, let me take you through this. So suppose you're a baseball player at Wilmington University.
And we know a bunch that have done really well.
And they have done, baseball has been a stellar
Very
performance.
well.
One of the issues that we have in every other school is that they have to, so many games, that who gives them their exams when they're on the road and they're missing class?
Right.
So how can you circumvent that problem? Well, you have mini courses, blocks of courses that are only 4, 6, 8 weeks long that you can take prior to the start. Have your course completed before your season has begun.
Oh, I like that.
It's
I like
wonderful.
that. But you know, on the same. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Joe.
That's probably the toughest thing of being a college athlete.
On the same.
Being able to balance them both.
And you guys, I know, have found this out. I was the president of the Pennsylvania Harness Sportsman Association, and on real
Did you
estate.
have a bunch of horses flunking out?
Yeah, mine. But anyway, one of the things I will always find out, like the governor would send the representative who's going to be the commissioner.
Yes.
And he or she would know nothing about horse racing. It was a
That's not
political
good.
appointee. Now, I like the fact that the college, that actually people that went to the college or went to a college did the planning and said, hey, what can we do? They were student athletes probably, and they said, how can we handle this in an intelligent way so we don't hurt the students? Which they don't do at a lot of the major colleges.
No, they,
So
well,
I
they
thought that
can't
was a-
because that
it's hard.
requires them to have special programs
Right.
that are forcing. But these, listen, Dr. Barcelona and his predecessors have been really, really smart about finding a way to getting the job done. It's no different. An athlete's taking that course, but it could also be someone who has, like me, he knows that he's not going to be really busy between Memorial Day and July 4th.
Right.
What a great time to take a course, because they know in their lives that's a
Right.
slow time. They look at their business.
Yep.
They've capitalized on being smart, and I take my hat off to Wilmington University all the time, which is they've found a way to let people educate themselves without being penalized in 3 different ways.
Well, I just think that, like I said, in my professional life,
That's why they've grown.
my accountant, my insurance guy, my plumber, you're talking about all the teachers, but I see so many people that are in the workforce that have gone to Wilmington University, and they've done a great job for me. I would recommend them highly, and they got their education here. And a couple of them did it before it became Wilmington University.
Right, Wilmington College.
Right.
Joe Mazzelli
Joe
doesn't want to have
Mazzelli.
his college change university.
Right.
I mean, think about this. 40% of all teachers are
Right.
coming out of here. That means that at some point
No, that didn't say that. No, 40%.
In Delaware.
No.
Of
They
the
didn't-
teachers.
Of the teachers in
Right.
Delaware, most of them got advanced degrees in something other than teaching. They may
Okay.
have got it, but no, it says
Had
that
a degree.
40% have a degree
Got
from
it.
Wilmington University. No, they're not graduating. We only have 30 seconds left. This is only going to be a 2-segment show. We're talking about the green and white ball that's being scheduled that's being held on October 26th, the night of October 26th. It is a dress-up affair. So while most people will be in tuxedos, if you have a dark suit, that's okay too. Ladies, go out and buy a dress. It is a hoot. You will get fun. It goes all night long. Thank you for watching. We hope the event is a success. Walter?
7 to 12, $100, best $100 you'll spend.
What does opportunity mean to you? At Wilmington University, it means finding your relevance in the job market. That's why we offer career-oriented degree programs that meet employment needs in emerging fields. Dedicated professors bring their real-world experience into the classroom so you'll graduate with the tools you need to succeed on the job. It's your degree. Make it relevant to your career. Personalized education, affordable tuition. That's the difference at Wilmington University.
This show was sponsored by ATI, the company taking physical therapy to a higher level throughout the country. First State Orthopedics, where Youth in Sports hosts Drs. Straight and Axe are members of the team taking care of Delaware with a commitment to excellence. And President Jack Barcelona and his Wilmington University College of Technology, where each semester this student-run program is produced, directed, edited, and distributed under the guidance of the TV production faculty. Each guest receives a copy of the show, and all shows are available on the web at youthinsports.com.